Listen, I need you to lock in right now. Cut off the distraction, stop scrolling, and lean in, because what I'm about to tell you is going to change everything. Not tomorrow, not next year, toe-to-eye. If you're tired of running in circles, feeling like you're stuck on the hamster wheel of life, this is your moment. Let me start by asking you a question. What's the one thing holding you back right now? Be real with yourself. Is it fear, laziness, doubt? Because until you face that truth, you'll keep living in the same cycle. But here's the good news. There's one thing, just one, that can break that cycle forever. And no, it's not luck, it's not money, it's not some magical talent, it's discipline. Discipline is the foundation of success. It's the cornerstone on which every great achievement is built. Without discipline, talent fades, potential remains untapped, and dreams stay just that, dreams. Discipline is the ability to stick to a plan, to show up even when you don't feel like it, and to remain committed to your goals, regardless of the obstacles in your path. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about making a decision and following through no matter what. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think it's something you're born with or something reserved for a select few. But the truth is, discipline is a skill. It's a habit that you build over time through consistent effort. Every time you choose to act in alignment with your goals instead of giving in to distractions or comfort, you're strengthening your discipline. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And just like any muscle, if you don't muscle. Discipline isn't glamorous and it's often uncomfortable. It's waking up early to chase your dreams while everyone else is still sleeping. It's staying focused on your work while others are binge watching TV. It's saying no to short-term pleasures for long-term rewards. Discipline requires sacrifice, but those sacrifices are what separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's the price you pay to turn your dreams into reality. Many people wait for motivation to strike before they take action. They think, when I feel ready, I'll start. But here's the hard truth. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, and if you rely on it, you'll never achieve consistency. Discipline, on the other hand, is reliable. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't depend on your mood or external circumstances. It's a decision you make every single day to show up and put in the work, regardless of how you feel. The power of discipline lies in its ability to create momentum. When you commit to disciplined action, even small actions, they build on each other. A single push-up turns into a workout routine. Writing one paragraph turns into a finished book. Saving a little money each month turns into financial freedom. Discipline turns small, seemingly insignificant actions into massive results over time. It's the compound effect that work, little efforts repeated consistently lead to exponential growth. Discipline also builds confidence. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you strengthen your self-trust. You prove to yourself that you're capable of doing hard things or staying consistent even when it's not easy. This self-trust is invaluable because it spills over into every area of your life. It makes you believe in your ability to achieve any goal you set for yourself, no matter how big. With discipline, you become unstoppable because you know you can rely on yourself. At its core, discipline is about alignment, aligning your actions with your goals and values. It's about living intentionally rather than reacting to life as it happens. Without discipline, it's easy to get swept up in distractions and lose sight of what truly matters. But with discipline, you take control of your time, your energy, and your focus. You direct them toward what will bring you closer to your goals rather than wasting them on things that don't matter. Discipline also requires a shift in mindset. It's not about punishment or deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's recognizing that every choice you make is an investment in your future self. When you choose discipline, you're choosing growth, progress, and success. You're saying, I'm willing to do what it takes to become the person I want to be. That mindset shift changes everything. It transforms discipline from a chore into for creating the life you desire. The beauty of discipline is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need special talents, resources, or circumstances to be disciplined. All you need is the willingness to take consistent action toward your goals. And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. What once felt difficult or unnatural becomes second nature over time. It becomes who you are, not just something you do. Commit to the process, not the outcome. This mindset is crucial for anyone seeking to achieve lasting success. Too often, people focus solely on the end result, the final destination, or the big reward. They dream about the accolades, the recognition, or the transformation, but they overlook the journey required to get there. Success is not a one-time event. It's the result of countless small, intentional steps taken consistently over time. When you fixate only on the outcome, you set yourself up for frustration, burnout, and disappointment because the path to success is rarely a straight line. The process is where growth happens. It's in the daily grind, the small wins, and even the setbacks that you build the skills, resilience, and habits necessary to achieve your goals. Focusing on the process allows you to stay present and engaged in what you're doing rather than constantly worrying about whether or not you'll reach the finish line. It shifts your attention from what you can't control, like the timing or the external validation of your efforts, to what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and your commitment. When you commit to the process, you build momentum. Each day becomes an opportunity to make progress, no matter how small. Progress is not always glamorous, and it often feels slow, but it's the consistency that compounds over time to create significant change. It's not about being perfect or making huge leaps forward every day. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that the effort you put in will eventually pay off. The process is where the foundation for success is laid, and skipping it will only lead to fragile, unsustainable results. One of the challenges of focusing on the process is that the results aren't always immediate or visible. This is why so many people quit before they see any real progress. They plant seeds but get discouraged when they don't see a sprout right away. But growth takes time, and the process requires patience. Every step you take, every action you perform is like watering those seeds. You may not see the results today, tomorrow, or even next month, but if you stick with it, eventually the results will come. This is the essence of committing to the process, believing in the unseen and trusting in the work you're putting in. The process also teaches you discipline and resilience. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up, when the work feels tedious, or when progress seems non-existent. But those are the moments that matter most. Pushing through the resistance, staying consistent even when it's hard, and continuing to take action despite the lack of visible results are what build the mental toughness needed for long-term success. These moments are tests of your character and your commitment to your goals. Another benefit of focusing on the process is that it allows you to enjoy the journey. When you're overly focused on the outcome, you may find yourself constantly stressed, anxious, or dissatisfied because you haven't made it yet. But when you commit to the process, you start to find joy in the effort itself. You take pride in the work you're doing and the skills you're developing and in the progress you're making. This shift in perspective can transform your entire experience, making the journey just as rewarding as the destination. Committing to the process also helps you stay adaptable. When you're fixated on a specific outcome, you can become rigid and resistant to change. But the process is rarely linear, and obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected challenges are inevitable. When you focus on the process, you're more willing to adjust your approach as needed. You learn to view setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as reasons to give up. This flexibility is a key ingredient for long-term success, as it allows you to navigate challenges without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Lastly, the process builds mastery. Whether you're pursuing a career, a fitness goal, or a personal project, true success comes from mastering the fundamentals. Mastery doesn't happen overnight, and it's not something you can rush. It's the result of countless hours of practice, trial and error, and continuous improvement. By committing to the process, you give yourself the time and space to develop a deep understanding of what you're doing. This mastery not only helps you achieve your goals, but also ensures that your success is sustainable and replicable in the future. Eliminate excuses, take full responsibility. This is a truth that separates those who achieve success from those who remain stuck. Excuses are easy. They're convenient, comfortable, and often justified in our minds. They give us a way out, a reason to avoid taking action, and a way to deflect accountability. But every excuse you make is a brick in the wall standing between you and your goals. Excuses don't solve problems, they only prolong them. The first step toward achieving anything worthwhile is to eliminate the excuses that hold you back and take full responsibility for your actions and outcomes. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that your life is shaped by your choices. It's about understanding that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. It's easy to blame external factors, your circumstances, other people, or bad luck, but blaming doesn't change anything. It keeps you stuck in the same place, giving your power away to things you can't control. Responsibility, on the other hand, is empowering. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life and gives you the ability to create change. Excuses often come from fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. They allow you to avoid facing those fears, but they also keep you from growing. Growth happens when you confront your fears and take action despite them. Eliminating excuses requires you to be honest with yourself. It requires you to look at the areas of your life where you're not showing up fully and ask, what's really holding me back? Most of the time, the answer isn't external, it's internal. It's a mindset, a limiting belief, or a lack of commitment. One of the most common excuses people make is a lack of time. They say they're too busy to pursue their goals, but the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's not about how much time you have, it's about how you choose to use it. Taking responsibility means being intentional with your time and prioritizing what matters most. It means cutting out distractions, saying no to things that don't align with your goals, and creating space for what truly matters. When you eliminate the excuse of I don't have time, you realize that you have more control over your schedule than you think. Another common excuse is a lack of resources. People say they don't have enough money, knowledge, or connections to achieve their goals. While resources can certainly make things easier, they're not the deciding factor in success. Many of the most successful people in the world started with nothing but a strong work ethic and a relentless determination to succeed. Taking responsibility means focusing on what you do have and using it to the best of your ability. It's about being resourceful, creative, and willing to learn. Instead of saying, I can't because I don't have, ask yourself, what can I do with what I have? Eliminating excuses also means letting go of the need for perfection. Many people use perfectionism as an excuse not to start. They tell themselves they're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it is just another form of procrastination. Taking responsibility means starting where you are with what you have and being willing to learn and adapt along the way. It's about progress, not perfection. When you take full responsibility, you stop comparing yourself to others. Excuses often stem from comparison, thinking someone else has it easier, better, or more figured out. But comparison is a distraction. It shifts your focus away from your own journey and onto someone else's. Responsibility means staying in your lane and focus on your own growth. It's about being accountable to yourself and measuring your progress against your own potential, not someone else's accomplishments. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or setbacks. Life is unpredictable and obstacles are inevitable. But when you eliminate excuses, you approach challenges with a solution-oriented mindset. Instead of saying, I can't, because you say, how can I? This shift in mindset opens up possibilities and empowers you to overcome obstacles rather than being defeated by them. Responsibility gives you the resilience to keep moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. Taking full responsibility also requires self-awareness. It means recognizing when you're making excuses and calling yourself out on it. It's not about being hard on yourself or feeling guilty. It's about holding yourself accountable and making a conscious effort to do better. Self-awareness allows you to identify patterns of behavior that are holding you back and replace them with habits that move you closer to your goals. It's a continuous process of growth and self-improvement. Consistency beats motivation every time. Motivation is often seen as the spark that drives people to take action, but the truth is motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable, unpredictable, and influenced by emotions and external circumstances. One day you're fired up, ready to conquer the world, and the next you can't even muster the energy to get out of bed. Relying on motivation alone to achieve your goals is like trying to build a house on shifting sand and won't hold up when challenges arise. Consistency, on the other hand, is steady, dependable, and powerful. It's the foundation on which real progress is built. Consistency is about showing up every day, regardless of how you feel. It's about committing to the actions that align with your goals. Even when the excitement has faded and the work feels mundane, it's not glamorous or exciting, and it often goes unnoticed, but it's what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Consistency is what turns small, everyday actions into significant, long-term results. It's what allows you to push past obstacles, stay focused, and keep moving forward, no matter how slow the progress may seem. One of the reasons consistency is so powerful is because it creates habits. When you consistently perform a task, it becomes a natural part of your routine. You don't have to think about it or rely on willpower to get it done. It becomes automatic. Habits are the building blocks of success because they take the decision-making out of the equation. You're no longer negotiating with yourself about whether or not to take action. You just do it because it's part of who you are. This is why consistency is more valuable than motivation. Motivation might get you started, but consistency keeps you going. Consistency also compounds over time. The small actions you take every day might seem insignificant in the moment, but when repeated consistently, they add up to something extraordinary. Think about it like this. If you exercise for 30 minutes every day, you might not see results after a week or even a month, but over the course of a year, those 30-minute sessions add up to over 180 hours of exercise. That's the power of consistency. It's not about doing something perfectly. It's about doing it regularly. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to be consistent is the desire for immediate results. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see progress right away. But consistency requires patience. It's about trusting the process and believing that the effort you're putting in today will pay off in the future. It's understanding that success is not an overnight event, but the result of sustained effort over time. Consistency teaches you to value the journey as much as the destination. Consistency also builds trust in yourself and in others. When you consistently follow through on your commitments, you prove to yourself that you're reliable and capable. This self-trust is crucial because it gives you the confidence to set bigger goals and take on greater challenges. It also builds trust with others, whether it's in your personal relationships, your career, or your community. People respect and rely on those who are consistent because they know they can count on them to deliver. Another reason consistency is so effective is that it creates momentum. When you take consistent action, even small steps, you build a sense of progress. This momentum makes it easier to keep going because you can see that your efforts are leading somewhere. It's like pushing a heavy boulder at first. It takes a lot of effort to get it moving. But once it's rolling, it becomes much easier to keep it going. Consistency is what gets the boulder moving and keeps it in motion. Being consistent doesn't mean you'll never face setbacks or challenges. Life is unpredictable and obstacles are inevitable. But consistency helps you stay grounded and focused during tough times. It gives you a sense of stability and control because you know you have a routine and have a route to fall back on. Even if you stumble or take a step back, consistency allows you to regain your footing and keep moving forward. Consistency also helps you refine your skills and improve over time. The more you practice something, the better you become at it. Whether it's a skill, a habit, or a goal you're working toward, consistent effort allows you to make incremental improvements that add up to significant mastery. It's not about being perfect every time. It's about showing up and putting in the effort to get a little better each day. This process of continuous improvement is what leads to long-term success and fulfillment. Your decisions shape your destiny. Every single choice you make, no matter how small or insignificant it seems in the moment, plays a role in determining the direction of your life. It's easy to overlook the power of daily decisions because their impact isn't always immediate. But over time, those small, repeated choices add up, creating patterns that ultimately define the outcomes you experience. Success, happiness, and fulfillment are not random occurrences. They are the result of intentional decisions made consistently over time. The reality is that life is a series of decisions. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you're making choices what to focus on, how to spend your time, what to prioritize, and how to respond to challenges. Each of these decisions either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. There is no neutral ground. Even the decision to do nothing is still a choice, one that often leads to stagnation or missed opportunities. The power of decision-making lies in its ability to give you control over your life. Many people feel stuck or powerless because they believe their circumstances are dictated by factors beyond their control. But while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Every time you make a decision, you're exercising that control. It's a reminder that you have the power to shape your life, no matter where you're starting from or what challenges you're facing. One of the most important aspects of decision-making is clarity. If you don't know what you want, it's difficult to make decisions that align with your goals. Clarity gives you a sense of direction and purpose, making it easier to choose the actions that will lead to your desired outcome. Without clarity, it's easy to get distracted or make choices that are inconsistent with your long-term goals. Taking the time to define what success looks like for you is an essential first step in making decisions that serve your greater purpose. Another key aspect of decision-making is taking responsibility for the consequences of your choices. It's easy to blame others, circumstances, or external events when the things don't go as planned, but this mindset only holds you back. When you take full ownership of your decisions, you empower yourself to learn from mistakes and make better choices in the future. Responsibility is the foundation of growth because it allows you to see setbacks as opportunities to improve rather than reasons to give up. The most successful people understand the importance of making decisions quickly and decisively. Indecision is a form of procrastination, and it can be just as damaging as making poor choices. When you hesitate or delay making a decision, you waste valuable time and energy that could be spent taking action. This doesn't mean you should make impulsive choices without considering the consequences, but it does mean trusting yourself to make the best decision you can with the information you have at the time. Even if it's not perfect, taking action is often better than staying stuck in analysis paralysis. Not all decisions are equal in weight, but even the small ones matter. The choice to wake up early or hit snooze, to spend your free time on personal growth or mindless entertainment, to eat healthy or indulge in junk food, these seemingly minor decisions compound over time, creating habits that shape your life. Small positive choices made consistently can lead to incredible transformations, while small negative choices can lead to stagnation or decline. Recognizing the importance of these daily decisions is a powerful step toward creating the life you want. One of the challenges of decision making is dealing with uncertainty. No decision comes with a guarantee, and the fear of making the wrong choice can be paralyzing. But waiting for perfect certainty is a trap. Growth comes from taking risks, learning from failures, and adjusting your approach as you go. Embracing uncertainty as a natural part of life allows you to make decisions with confidence, knowing that even if things don't go as planned, you have the resilience to adapt and move forward. Your decisions also reflect your priorities and values. When you make choices that align with what truly matters to you, you create a sense of fulfillment and purpose in your life. On the other hand, when your decisions are driven by external pressures or short-term gratification, you may find yourself feeling unfulfilled or off course. Understanding your core values and using them as a guide for decision-making ensures that your actions are consistent with the life you want to build. The act of deciding is a powerful affirmation of your agency and autonomy. It's a declaration that you are in control of your own destiny. Every decision you make is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, to become the person you want to be, and to create the life you desire. While the journey may not always be easy, the ability to choose your path is one of the most empowering aspects of being human. The greatest obstacle to success is often your own self-doubt. We all have dreams, goals, and aspirations, but the voice of doubt can be louder than our vision. It whispers in our ears, telling us we're not good enough, that we don't have what it takes, or that we'll never succeed. This voice of doubt is a natural part of being human. But if you let it control you, it can stop you from taking action and reaching your full potential. The key to overcoming self-doubt is to recognize it for what it is, just a thought, not the truth. Self-doubt often stems from fear of rejection, or fear of making mistakes. These fears hold us back because they create a narrative that we're not capable of achieving what we set out to do. But here's the reality: failure is a part of the process. No one achieves greatness without stumbling along the way. The most successful people in the world have experienced countless failures and moments of self-doubt. What sets them apart is their ability to keep moving forward despite those doubts. They understand that failure is not the end, it's simply feedback. It's a chance to learn, adapt, and improve. One of the reasons self-doubt is so powerful is because it often takes the form of a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you doubt your abilities, you're less likely to take action. You hesitate, second-guess yourself, and avoid stepping outside of your comfort zone. This lack of action leads to missed opportunities. And because you didn't try, you end up reinforcing your belief that you're not capable. This cycle of doubt and inaction can keep you stuck in the same place year after year, never moving closer to your dreams. The way to break this cycle is by taking action, no matter how small. Action is the antidote to doubt. When you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you think. The first step might be uncomfortable, but with each step you take, your confidence grows. As you move forward, you start to see results, small successes that build momentum and silence the voice of doubt. The more you act, the less power self-doubt has over you. The key is to stop waiting for confidence to show up and take action anyway. Confidence comes from doing, not from waiting. Another powerful tool in overcoming self-doubt is positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you realize. The thoughts we think shape our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't do something, or that you're destined to fail, you're reinforcing those beliefs. But when you shift your self-talk to be more supportive, encouraging, and empowering, you start to change the narrative. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I'm capable of figuring this out. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I'm growing and improving every day. Positive self-talk doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is easy. It means shifting your focus from your limitations to your potential. Overcoming self-doubt also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing obstacles and challenges as signs that you're not capable, view them as opportunities to grow and learn. Every challenge you face is a chance to improve and build resilience. When you reframe difficulties as learning experiences, they lose their power to make you doubt yourself. Challenges are not proof of your inadequacy. They are proof that you are pushing yourself, stepping outside of your comfort zone, and striving to achieve something greater. Another way to combat self-doubt is to surround yourself with people who believe in you. Sometimes the voice of doubt is fueled by the opinions of others or by the lack of support you feel from those around you. But the truth is, you don't need to rely on external validation to believe in yourself. However, having a strong support system can make a huge difference. Find people who encourage you, challenge you, and lift you up when you're feeling down. These people can remind you of your strengths and help you push through moments of doubt. Their belief in you can be the catalyst for your own self-below. Self-doubt also thrives in isolation. When you're left alone with your thoughts, it's easy for the doubts to multiply. But when you take action, get feedback, and connect with others, you break the power of those doubts. One of the most important things you can do to overcome self-doubt is to get out of your head and into the world. Engage with others, take action, and expose yourself to new experiences. The more you expose yourself to different perspectives and opportunities, the more you'll realize that your doubts were unfounded. Overcoming self-doubt is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Every time you face a new challenge or step into unknown territory, doubt may resurface. But as you continue to take action, build your confidence, and shift your mindset, the power of self-doubt weakens. It will always be there, but it no longer has control over you. You'll learn to recognize it for what it is, just a passing thought that doesn't define who you are or what you can accomplish. You have the ability to silence self-doubt and step into the person you were always meant to be.